games no to me ɛkɔ so nya sam keto akra uboremu Bundesliga big game baako ɛkɔ so Bayern Munich ene Eintracht Frankfurt na manfo hwenum se sa game no emu betumi aye den pa na so at the end of 90 minutes of soccer fiesta Hurricane chesa branch na I just say match bia obebo goal na sani an scoring form na ekosro no ano den brutal omutumi ko che Eintracht Frankfurt for yo mu adwuma afem fram enya asam keto akra Leipzig enso ene Dortmund game no imu ye den pa 1-1 and as a game no ende wo hono ma ultimate say two games ano ye den e wo German Bundesliga football made in Germany no eno ho nsam no yebewram na ya hwe de ekoye ne de ankoye Bayern Munich ene omo ko unbeaten run na because ko no ball no mo ball na no den dodo na man for hwe ni musanka Eintracht Frankfurt form yi die ka ometumi ate e de aye Bayern Munich ho na so Bayern for no had other ideas omo ye adwuma no e keep clean sheet crowd ho no ma chese akono papa e ho no kobowrem eso e wo Le Championnat ni mu a big game baako e koso Lille Metropole ene Paris Saint-Germain now it means we ko lose to Olympique Marseille enti okoche Barca nyadwa no na man for ehwe ni mu se we returning to the winning ways so or the room wo Le Championnat ni mu na so abrati efe no Etan Mbappe nua ketwa no ka hu se no ne nyina wo ne nananam PSG ho na abrati ni bu na ketem ekopie mu Lille Metropole endra ono no deny Ashraf Hakimi bra no wa ball a wonderful free kick put PSG in the lead you know abrante efe no Etan Mbappe she goal my koye 1-1 ho no ma eno so nyama antumi ankoye ho na Strasbourg for no jai omoche ange wosu enye ize ekanum boys ne ball no mo bona no odin kura we so pa no mo chiw so mo yam makodi aye ho a waso be shi brutal ange for no na atimi say yes emu atumi adin ebrebia mo be hia aye Strasbourg bia na Strasbourg aso ye shepa last season me kai papa nkofo ne say me bet almost say me bet chese aye Strasbourg go home born 2-1 even cup game no match cup game no match Strasbourg a bomb 3 it this way almost show 5 Pendes akwa no dago brutal Courtois ketwa pa Chelsea player no sa game ne so ekọ so a ubeburamu ewo the English Premier League onua enye ize Enzo ultimu se Enzo Maresca ene ni team Chelsea echi papa ye frɛ no Anslot chese na so tumi ye hyepa Anslot aso tumi ye hye 2-1 ana Chelsea eje ne 3 point wo fi a chese echire din ewo honom nkrofo ne shebi Man United for no Amorim yese ono on she back to back inti ne ya wa hye Sunderland ni or call Liverpool home Anfield the next game inti channel so se odu honom obelusu because our coach no on win back to back inti na wa hye Sunderland no channel so ye papa honom 2 weeks time ye ba be this an common mo che Sunderland for a now it say this season nyema ekoye di ama o che say they were flying high now so Man United echi omo shomeka no mienu ho no ma nyema ankoye amfama Sunderland but ekoye edema Amorim ne mante no pressure no so pa Man City kwaje baako away Brentford for no omo disturb Man City pa omo kwhye omo 1 Haaland akwa no antrana na ototo na brante ye friend Rodri sa injury ni tie unya pa na ayare wosam abrante na se chese otimi so okoba no otimi say yes akwa ese amanfo abo no amanfo bebre to eboa na ukọ hospital na we okay a wo ho aboanze asafunu na oyare nkakra anu na ato abrante ze ka obo be 30 minutes na na sa ba biem it is a AC no a bad injury on ma a disturb a fantastic player like Rodri on na so Man City for mu to be holding on grab all the 3 point and yama then etimi ko Arsenal the Gunners or West Ham 2-0 and I just saw 3 point on say almost say omakoda soro dia ene omanima na omokọ na makọ league ne yebehwe emrene krabia na ebekire wo okopie mu ewo eye the Italian Serie A big game about so was Juventus against AC Milan. AC Milan nya penalty and aye Captain America kujina ho and ball no me say enenam space ewiem and abrante no ball no edify 0-0 honum Inter wini here saso and Napoli enso wini here Holland no akwa no nim go share oboa ema Dortmund na say Napoli nyama eye den ekoyi edemano honum pa ho Shannon so say Barca for Germany so high line no agi oma Germany so anka Sevilla for ni ku omo me count na first half no so mo shom 4 second half 4 nanka koye 8 na so omo the respect Emma Barca omo a 9 pe ba ko pe na say a 9 pe na just Barca etim ba ko nti Barca ani so ati omo ho no ma high line no dodo na ehwe ne mu say odi be pirem e was Stamford Bridge na say ko Palmer ebufu a ebe num eno mbeji honum nti enu ni game eno so course ewo eye the Spanish La Liga na ene Barca agina no so Real Madrid for Villarreal 3-1 ene nyama koye Atletico Madrid de chese wotwe hu a wonte ase wa hye we afi de afo no na wakọ akọje de agu nanu so honum 1-1 ena sa game no so ekoya Real Betis for so game no it was a dramatic game ametima catch up Real Betis elusu first half second half no mbete share omote share no 90 plus 20 and yeah Espanyol for nya penalty na Espanyol ekoboy na tese omantumi anhye word ma Rebetis e win game no be ba so etumi win here utim se nyama ekoye e wo no Lyon ha dwen this weekend Lyon e ma amanfo anyesikafo this weekend win or draw for no just a 90 plus 6 and I just a cut to second goal by the man to lose 87th minute as at 86th minute now Lyon was leading 1-0 somehow Lyon elusi e wo hono ye be ra aye games ni na fe ya kire ya adwen wo hono Blasters players no omani abre papa obi are returning everybody are returning and they are not coming to Ghana. They are going straight to Morocco. No money Central African Republic. Now the ethnic say Comoros. Any Madagascar ebebo before ebebo. Whatever happens in that game, it will obviously go in favor of Ghana because so have two teams in much closer to Ghana. In this Comoros or Madagascar obi win piano. Just say bakwa den Efrim. Not just either Comoros Ghana and I say Madagascar Ghana. Why any bad pick the first slot? But the ethnic say Ghana here the 3 point against Central African Republic. And I know some and I say Nibra Bar Upia Airshane Muse Baba can adwin the Ache boys and no my day. Oma Conkodin is says as the boys and some bobo na you and if you almost nkwasi abolo mbebono coach na na kan o se as o money child e kobono as obi ayi nani na as o we dey fala mo ko no mo twefam ba mali na e ka hey man sha de be ti tu beto wa na no ne ne obobo ba kutu nti we so hey man sha tu beto na nka che man sha tu beto ti o ma ye say players ni na ba o mo pra na o ntumi amba no replacement aba e wo no ma emepam ye be di sa nkomo no na ya hwe Blasters kwan o mafaso ayede o mabana NSA boss e dey semi edutudwa ye mbre bama no so be di hu komo o say eba ne pitches ne stadium na they are doing everything possible though your man is kabia but he is trying everything possible say obet keep the two stadium na neighbor by ara return say kotoko abom first game wo no to mo hwe ni mu say o mbeko so improve pitches any stadium now our biggest challenge is security at the stadium against Chad amanfo ebuban against Mali amanfo buban man say ukọ Accra Sport and Accra Sport Stadium ye wo side bi wo no ma no ebebu enti omakoye assessment almost memo obi antena ho nanso match ne be start a almost obi ante ho ba match ne be do 30 minutes no na hwa ye ma be ne nyina ese police for no ɛna kyɛ sɛ ɔmo so ɔmo aba bɛda ne supporters ɔmo hwɛ game ni bi instead of so make it ɛyɛ bambɔ nti ɔde adesrɛdɛ aba sɛ yɛn ka nkyɛ police for no na yɛso observations a yɛhu yɛ ne yɛn ka no so mu hu na bibia nso ɛyɛ de nkoyi from now till ɛyɛ 2:30 ɛna yɛbɛsɔre ɛde afiri nkunya so show no ɛyɛ live ɛwɔ ɛyɛ Facebook ɛyɛ 3 ɛyɛ handles ɛna yɛde streaming ɛwɔ Facebook first ɛyɛ MYBET no yɛ MYBET no what in temu kakra now the day Africa na the atwa so Africa no AFRICA na wabo mondia no wa join the show no o join na wa share na we yonko so I the ehu now the comment so I the aba sasuna street is watching ni nyina boom na ewo Facebook na fe ABN Radio 1 and also Facebook na oko online dey my bet online radio saso na YouTube no ha and also MYBET.AFRICA TV na oko TikTok and sports.arena.news bibia ho na yediku na emum baby a black market ne koso a just you twa bet e ma ye di bet ma bet aso ye hye no and as betting companies aso ye hye no eno sports arena on Telegram e ho no black market edwadie na koso ho buy and sell ye de also go na also wetwa bi na wadi na bibia so etumi an dem akoye ho no within the list o team ni na aye crado ye nransem ni mu quickly na afei yan hwe na afei bibia so no enye den enko eye ho no memo makwa babidafo
list o ye so
bibia e kama de
over the weekend say Chelsea actually Liverpool, so definitely manage be na ho see we've been saying is Barca Highline say Chelsea nya Barca this Highline on and you say Rayo for no Eddie come how to bring it and this weekend here Sevilla for so I know Barca for say near my papa list to me Canada near boss I told the black market Barca double chance and then after Sevilla was leading by 2-1 now Barca in penalty then nobody is going to take the penalty here. Robert Lewandowski na kwakobe penalty. Definitely you wouldn't say Obabe square game na mana 2-2 and definitely Barca was ahead. So the moment Lewandowski say penalty na say no. I mean Ejumana Asaya. So I mean it was a great weekend. It was a great weekend. And after Arsenal for no top league, you know, before the international break and after the international break come over. We'll see how things go, but I mean it was a great weekend.
Yeah, Yenra games.
My Miss Sanchez here for me. Now, virus my age, you see, Mr. United win against Sunderland, no.
Yeah.
And Melbourne United plays now, so I think for the first time in so many games, I'm winning 3 games at Waso, Old Trafford, the BC actually, and we are still hoping say. Ruben Amorim will get back-to-back wins for United since Oba United team now. Listo, easy. I've been one of the few people I don't believe is Ruben Amorim is not the problem for United. Probably he's part, but on your 100% how some of the fans and some of even people believe say Pam Ruben Amorim and they are United for or more difficulties, no winning games, no to be very honest. Madi Kaka say system na man for can and Ruben Amorim system list system biawo ne I think e woni pros and cons into how Ruben Amorim now since Oba United obian create chances and say United team no but last season we saw say they were creating the chances and Pep Guardiola and a lot of other top coaches or more attacking minded coaches have been saying say the best way to defend is to attack this to be very honest if last season Joshua Zexi, Rashmut Hoyland, if they were scoring for United, and despite the fact that Onana was doing these silly mistakes, Ananka United constantly goals, definitely United were going to win the game. So you better 3 goals, you consider 2 goals. At the end of the day, I had 3 points and I had deco.
I say, Hoyland is free team. And no Bogumuma,
you see,
and
also
even in the Champions
League. And then Listo. The last time I remember the problem of United, you see, Listo. A club like Kotoko, when you are buying a player, you see, once club and somebody can say they are players who can thrive under teams are pressure anymore. Opit is Haaland. Used to. Open say 5 chances. Man City fans, more pressure behind. But the moment you end up at Chelsea, Arsenal, and even Team United, the pressure alone. Into the last time you break it down, say Amorim might be the problem because the team no end me goals. This is the team over and system now create chances. But the players up front, because Højlund Biden, I mentioned say the first 5 games, especially in the Champions League, he was scoring, and people started comparing him to Erling Haaland. But when I started say all say chances, and I made several instances. Obi to say Romelu Lukaku and Morata. If you remember when Chelsea bought Morata and United bought Romelu Lukaku, their first 5 to 7 games they were all scoring. But you see, when Morata started say all say chances in these two, that was when pressure started by yes, we said it. Chelsea number 9 just near case. Emma Branton was Sunday number 9 question 29. Yes, the goals were not coming. Same as Romelu Lukaku. Or started in the first 10 games. Lukaku or Bogos, the connection with Pogba more any other players ever worked very well. But when he started mixing some clear-cut chances, I almost started in the pictures, memes, that was when pressure started catching Lukaku, and you know, on to me and catch up again. Same as Timo Werner. Into no been a tool. Rasmus Højlund. He started very well. Haaland comparison, everybody didn't it. So the moment Haaland measure hat-trick, you get a clear-cut chance. I will say, you can look at Haaland misses or say a lot of chances. Open strikers are almost say a lot of chances. Oh, the Premier League. Open ball no ball Salah. But at the end of the day, this players pressure and shut down for more. It's me can say at the end of the say Ruben Amorim could beat and say, despite the fact that he knew the team they are not utilizing the chances no more creating. He should have also worked on impact and say at least we are not scoring the goals, so let's try as much as possible to not to concede goals. That is one thing I'm influencing Ruben Amorim. But you see, this season we saw the signings he did. Mbuemo 19 goals in the Premier League last season. Okofa Kunha, who scored 15 goals playing for Wolverhampton Wanderers, or the Benjamin Sesko, another young striker. And that is one thing I'm not maybe believe say United signings were like, let's buy players are more potential now, and they are also proving. So check your more signings on me this season. It's only Benjamin Sesko and a young striker. They believe that he has the potential, and Oba with the help of Bruno Fernandes, they can help him. When you 2 goals and it's to Ruben Amorim, they are trying to implement something. This for the second time United has shared a goal from long throws. Last season, United just 20 long throws, but this season, almost I think 7 long throws from the whole the start of last season. Now, Severus beats me share media and I share a Jumakakra list. Whether we like it or not, United were here. They had a clean sheet, and before I recall how some of the teams are utilizing on long throws to get goals, you mean Romuka Krebi, now about Chelsea there, is he laments when United bought this young goalkeeper, Listo, Sobekaya, maybe 30 minutes about this young Belgian goalkeeper United for now signing. And if you look at the United goalkeepers now, Adia, Bayendal, any Onana were lacking as a goalkeepers. Say Omupi Ababechi ball, area balls coming out to get the balls. So when United was searching for a goalkeeper, one of the goalkeepers are a lot of tactical geniuses, scouts. Like I say, United need a goalkeeper like Martinez, and the move was eminent, but Martinez and Yanko United. He is one of the few goalkeepers in Europe coming up to catch the ball from corner kicks, from long throws. In general, of post goals. Any United for most of their legends, their message about the goalkeeper, especially and even Mahus sa countryman songo ne post no. I want to songo see obia or goalkeeping background.
So a goalkeeper.
Yeah. When he saw that, I said, yes, this is what we've been lacking. And Shego says Onana, anybody in there from corner kicks and throw-ins. So they another player who can play the long balls, who can play the short balls, and can also do what Onana and Bayendel was not doing for them. Now, 2 air the long throws, no. Virus Mayen Remwa, and they listo, who check the Premier League, and they almost long throws are Abba, 192 throw-ins are Abba, a lot of them. And you see, these long throws, no, and yeah, like I said, the first time ever Premier League, Rory Delap, which is Chelsea striker, Liam Delap and papa, when he was playing for Stoke City, Listo. That was when long throws in the yard, the coach Stoke, Listo. Stoke for no, a share 17 long throws, and that long throws are Listo. Stoke for the share, a move 15 were direct. So Washa, if you look at Stoke City for no more time, any this time in throws, no, they don't have a better long thrower to say Liam Delap papa. Because he had a background in javelin, and so the around no or two ball now. A team go in between the sticks and a team go far post. But the virus bet him the way the NATO says here. Now all the throwing is not more to the list. Meaning I call a 6-yard boss. Sir, I know one can claim a call then. Now what the teams are doing is say, yeah, 2 aqua insider. We have you be overload the back post. Near some sort of overload in front in terms of any yet to throw now. Sometimes company defenders now as attackers need to count. 2 defenders chaotic movements no be a preso benya ball. Most on one defender or ma crash your moment. So there's only one goalkeeper. Listo. In the league, or no, you have a 2 ball now. Or no Mombej now, where most of the balls are landing from the long throws. That is Abrante and the Martinez. Or no, he's one goalkeeper. Whenever or call for high claims, he doesn't fear. So if you look at some of the various bit may exchange here, some of the throw-ins the Premier League there now. The Premier League list this season, long throws no, you about just 6 games, but it's even more than what we witnessed last season. Last season it was just Brentford, and a lot of few teams been in the side, but this season every team. Last season Arsenal, 11 long throws against Paris Saint-Germain when no more that equalizer against PSG. Cadiz almost share 5 goals, almost share 7 goals from long throws. Brentford share 5 goals from long throws. So this is it. LBR joining wave, no. So the Premier League 20% of the goals NBBB are from long throws. So Washa between the years, this year long throws na akoye. But you can look at the Bundesliga, you can look at the Serie A. Now if you was with me, I share the La Liga no. Now virus betting some of the teams need that, so some of the videos and the pictures and now quickly remember I shove them in Chelsea there so omu na say omu be to see the 6-yard box arc na no, so there will be a chaos atmosphere between the striking. So this is Aston Villa United list omu be Martinez. He's the only goalkeeper in the Premier League or in Europe top 5 leagues or would defend against long throws or no be anymore no journey post now to work. But a risky when you fail not to get the ball. I think against Sunderland Olusu ball, the ball was going to lobby ball and he had to go back and quickly reclaim the ball. So he's the only goalkeeper. So or share teams almost 2 long throws they find it very difficult to score against Emi Martinez. But aside that, various betting when the Newcastle and any other videos also always strike and be movie, they will have numbers back no matter so because at the end of the day, who defenders know when the goalkeeper at the point more cast over by high claims that is the same thing that happened against Chelsea in Brentford, because Brentford players they had a lot of men. Chelsea players so when Sanchez wanted to come because there are a lot of bodies in front, so obviously to be a high claim now you cannot get that claim and a man and no years ago. So whether we like it or not, listen, teams are finding ways and means to win games, and I'm very happy that Ruben Amorim is relying on the qualities of striker bit is Benjamin Sesko. This is Newcastle for them. Look at where Livramento is throwing the ball. Look at more players. They have Murphy, Bruno Guimaraes, any Trippier or far post. If you are born the call, you are called far post. Now there's another one. I think Crystal Palace so there, and also Mateta. About 3 players near me. Then of 3 players near me. Then again, no so 8 minutes. So I think say Sunday morning na ye niema a bit me abwa. So Ruben Amorim getting another long throw go and Benjamin Sesko from Dalot. Then the omu team now quite clear say Dalot no any the only player about that long throws now. So to me I think say it was a very game for United, and they are also capitalizing on ways and means to get the goals, and I think that defensively they did very well. If they continue like that, Lamen's long balls to Sesko, Nase Momo, Mason Mount, Medican can Mason Mount. Whether we like it or not, Mason Mount, when he's fit, he will be an important player for Ruben Amorim, especially in this particular system number. He is the player or the system, as I say, all the United players. because he played that system under Thomas Tuchel, helped Chelsea to win the 2021 Champions League against Manchester City. Now to Liverpool ni Chelsea game no. Listen, whether people like it or not, the Premier League and this is here. There's only one player I believe that he deserves the PFA Player of the season. That is Moises Caicedo.
Okay.
And you see, while improving this season, used to watch 3 goals. That is goals now about Chelsea.
Has he played better than Erling Haaland?
Haaland. That's why Haaland they list to this season on here. Haaland you see targeting on one set man. This season, 70 man for City and J League, you know. Now one year that is it. Because Haaland might 30 goals, 25, 30 goals this season. And they say a player. I'll mention Caicedo and even Antoine Semenyo ahead of Erling Haaland. Because Semenyo, 9 goals contribution, Haaland was 10. Haaland was more goals than Semenyo. But if you look at Moises Caicedo, he has been the engine for Chelsea, doing everything possible right, scoring bangers upon bangers. And I think that before game ni babebano, on some analysis be, and you were even now okay say, Liverpool, how Liverpool for pressing, whether we like it or not, for you to be able to win a game, listen, how you press, that is out of possession, and how ukita ball in possession very important. Until Russia in the game, before the game, and but Chelsea Liverpool for no listen, when they are playing the game, I'm with a 4-2-4 system. Van Dijk a certain type of defender when we say striker na ba middle until Van Dijk no be nechi. He doesn't do that. So always Liverpool is either you see one of their right backs or left backs going up front, but the centre backs in the always almost set it back. Then virus bet me the Chelsea ni Liverpool there no white pitch there na players na tactical board then that to some. Then you see how Liverpool for I think Adibakwa Eddie Liverpool nya listo. How omo pressing. You see against Bayern Munich at Chelsea Bayern Munich boy. Mekachi was say Bayern Munich had their man-to-man pressing right, but Chelsea we didn't get it. Bayern for the pressing say always be an omo pressing Cucurella. Then Cucurella be 40 pass. So they didn't give Chelsea the chance to operate. But last no game no. Yeah, they for Cucurella side ho. Because they rely watch Cucurella post-match interview now. He said during the game all the videos they watch, they know say be Liverpool attacking third and as a front no. The only player or your weakness in terms of pressing, Salah.
Of course, yes.
So Chelsea, Sanchez, and no, Mekachi was if Sanchez bring in long balls and right, all the long balls were going to Cucurella. Any friend is saying Enzo Fernandez in the left side space, and you see, and no, Saturday that game now Chelsea boy, Liverpool had their man-to-man press. There were instances Omunyano on a very good note.
No, is it not about the bravery of a player like Badiashile?
But
and that has always been a Chelsea mantra. From last season, but anytime we are Chelsea be a big team here, and you could clearly see guys you have a ball. Maybe few mistakes here and there. Now then, of course you. So against Arsenal, of course yes, but they were able to get the equalizer. The return leg, Chelsea played all the game and conceded from a set piece.
Yeah.
Against Liverpool, our way, Chelsea actually played all the game, but Liverpool used experience 1 or 2. Normally, the Ebinyasa had a 2-1 victory against Man City. Against Man City, right? One of the games, it was the usual lackadaisical attitude of Jackson. Because not Chelsea needed that second goal.
Yeah.
So a second goal they would have maybe dropped that high line and no more against and try and control the game and hit the team on the break, because at that time City will want to come all out because Omunda Feme come right? Then almost miss a chance now. City they fight back on bed or winning. But in our game you could clearly see there was something going on. When a left footer defender is playing for this Chelsea side, the play is different. Sequoia right for me, boss one. Sequoia different, and it happened here when with a prior. No, even in the game no. But they say a prior no. On say Omar James and
Jorrel Hato.
No, Oma a champion boy. All of a sudden, Liverpool took the game from Chelsea.
Yeah.
Chelsea passing was not anyway, and I was like Liverpool capitalizing on it even after a year or goal. Salah Eddie can ball side netting be, and at the second one, and also 40 passer, and a Salah called Benny the two as well.
Sure, yeah.
Until Sir Champion prior had to buy it. And all they left in the bar. Sana Bibia air coming down where you want.
Yeah, and come remember sir Liverpool moment. You see, Simone Man Bekaya, I've always said, say, the only defender what Chelsea set up, or a very good passer, is Badiashile. I've been saying that. But only the end say, Adia Liverpool what the ball nobody Badiashile say. Or nobody Badiashile because of intensity and sometimes defending. That is only the no. But say Yambo pass and you see, Liverpool has been given 40 passes. There's no defender. Oh yeah, ball playing center back on ball 40 passes.
Yeah.
Always but Badiashile did not create recovery. And in our team, he was one of the best players in terms of area abilities. Or in my into your last game, he came in to fight for the area balls.
Yeah.
So I was very happy say you started Badiashile. And see, virus on fire you go into so the pass now the cooked mark I said it was that same thing that
Badiashile because
yes
the gap
that angle
are brave out to be
yes.
People were talking about the fact that Liverpool didn't press well, but I think that they were spot on. Everything was okay because now Enzo Fernandez now or no Pierre Kwakotino, he was hooked. He's so Gusto ne we so now everything was covered.
Nothing and McAllister. It's a very great team that also. You see, are there Chelsea here and say, on say this game no, on say Liverpool for the
look at the pass.
Yes.
No, if you are not brave, if you are not brave, you cannot give such a pass.
Not Salah blocking the left lane, the left leg, you know, saying into pass na right
no,
leg.
That was Sobosla now are blocking it.
The bina or the beba pass initially no person or Boku Kurela. But Salah who you know Liverpool no more mark said or you good with the left or you good with the right. Into every time they are bejina the left so send you obey dispose either so they be call right now if they are say into this pass no or yes or Boku Kurela no say Salah closing the right no, a ball to Gusto. So I was surprised but the shape and it me about right accurate pass.
He can do that on the right or make
I didn't say it do baby only so confidence. This boy when he was at Monaco, that much Chelsea got on in January. Barca wanted yes.
When he came in,
yes, or by not pressure, not or born passes, no team so but the intensity because you see in England, used to nobody cares about defender with ball passes, won't me defending.
Yeah.
So that is what Adia Emma Liverpool because when Liverpool came to Chelsea, not in a pre-ball. But Liverpool Benya did not because defensively I can do the ball and I can recover well. And we also no injuries aiding in.
Sure.
So to me, when you're starting, I knew say you bit man you'll be a bit my ball that pass. And you see that quick one to virus. There another picture it show different angle of this goal. And I think say it was very good game. And Chelsea overloaded midfield. No, we took advantage of Liverpool for because see whenever you be campaign midfield in Biano, Liverpool for no when they are pressing. Omuma the number 10 no. Any striker any na pressing. So definitely Ebeka 2 midfielders. Osha the review ni Mebeka. So if Chelsea be about 3 midfielders, that is if it was Lavia, Caicedo and Reece James. Always they be at number Liverpool midfield. So all we have to do is say the passes from the back will be the right passes. And in the right passes we should be able because always at that time Garnacho and Pedro Neto holding weight. Yes. So definitely right backs it mean jumping. Yeah. And we know Konate and Van Dijk. Van Dijk could never jump.
They will not step out.
Into what you go now, but I was waiting the different angle and then I'm finishing other when Gusto a ball quick 1-2 the man. I think virus in case will be this angle. I may highlight my virus now here. When Gusto bought that quick pass to my highlight into bit my hair. When Gusto near that quick pass to Caicedo was that time no McAllister was going to tackle or not or Maki Gusto. Into Zoboslai was up there. Gravenberch, Akwakofa, Enzo Fernandez. That is Nimaka, the number 10. Yes. It's Gusto, no, especially first 15 minutes in the game. So when it tire, Gusto and James, they were rotating. James back Medford, Gusto I right back. Yeah. Gusto back Medford, James. So it was very difficult for McAllister to know who is tracking. Now Gusto ball one quick, okay. Look at Liverpool midfielders now. Gusto, Zoboslai, Gravenberch, they are up there on our far Enzo Fernandez. Look at where Cucurella is coming. Even if say Badiashile decided say on for ball Gusto. Look at that half space between Konate and a friend saying Cucurella. Now Chelsea player bako in the attacking space, but come and capture that is Alejandro Garnacho. Ohodi wait at the right side, watching corner Bradley. At the Bradley Nako. So now look at the space between Ababe Cucurella and Eba as that left hand side number 10 over cover that space. And then the Ojibon, I have Ababe between on and you see Gusto Sanso pass the ball, or making an intelligent run. Yeah. And that run opened Van Dijk from going. Van Dijk, he wasn't blocking the shot too. He was trying to avoid any pass to Gusto.
Yeah. Gusto, yes.
And then the space
but the right decision should have been say
close the player with the ball.
Play and that.
Yes.
Because if you check the movement, you realize that McAllister who say we didn't see move.
Yeah.
Because now was so closely a way down quick, but they didn't anticipate say there will be some pass from because they knew say everything was baby no mujina no baby a set.
Yeah.
So for but they actually to get that confidence to give that pass actually made the goal 80%.
Yeah.
So before McAllister stepping out, normal bono war pass and he's out. And Van Dijk, that is where how bad has it become this season? Mami move it to another way because of time.
Yeah.
We are all discussing this matter. You know how bad has Van Dijk become this particular season because pressure in our corner.
Right. So listen, Mamena Minda DJ Slim, I he's been pressuring me, says me banner, me bear peer, but because of time, and in the year, free time, I'm saying my member and I'm anymore. Look, Okopimo Liverpool. Last season, that particular defensive back line now, Anna Slot, you see here, our meeting bomb modern Premier League, we saw their performance and so the Champions League being the cancer side there in terms of the what we call the Champions League after the league phase, one more topic. Had it not been one or two maybe mistakes, and of course what PSG did to them, maybe Liverpool after maybe the Ballon d'Or, now I told you, or Theatre du Châtelet, maybe Brandt here friends say Salah should have been in a much better position than where we saw him. So their defensive backline now, can one say no. What happened? Last season, you had, of course, Alisson Ramsey-Becker. He will be in the goalpost for Liverpool. You have Trent Alexander-Arnold on any day on the ball right back. Or left back.
Robertson.
You have Andy Robertson on the ball. And then the 4 and 5, that is where you have Virgil van Dijk playing along with Ibrahima Konate. But here is the case. Now, if you go to Liverpool, probably I'm going to say, right back, he's now at Real Madrid. Due to the injuries, due to the inconsistencies at some point in time, now we have free consistency and free Trent Alexander-Arnold home. Now he's been sold. And on Makofa branch Eddie Frimpong. Yeah. Eddie free Leverkusen dinaba. We are on call Bournemouth. No Makofa Milos Kekes and so dinaba. And now he's competing at Branches and the Robertson on any day, and as what you like he prefers to use that is Milos Kekes. Yeah. And now the 4 and 5, you ask yourself, say the Van Dijk, how can somebody pressure in your man because he is supposed to be the leader, the commander at the back line, the organizer at the back line. One, Ube Bizarre said, where is Alisson for now? Is he the one who was manning the goalpost? No. So that particular one, in terms of the goalkeeping department, there was a problem. Right back, Jeremy Frimpong, Abadie, but this is a player, he's more offensive than saying nobody defending. So you are talking about recovery. We have players who are fullbacks, or in other words, wing backs. Now, no a mistake during the Champions League. What the one they can't say Salah position or how could you see Jeremy Frimpong? Or the one that ball right back or cover Sobo's line. So it tells you itself for now, this particular season, Liverpool is BBT assess on the defensive back line. There is a problem. Let's establish that one. Because of the situation now Liverpool because they don't have. Okay, let me put this one also across. So when you play a BS or different leagues, or Germany, or about England, because of how difficult the adaptability of the Premier League is, listen well. Play a BS team you are looking at tactical adaptation, then environmental adaptation. It is maybe a Jeremy from Bonham England. Maybe I may be the player because of the system, and not Jabi Alonso near me aware that we know. Now, a come as a problem. against Chelsea, man say they no mean about more than the some idea to some how Chelsea in terms of their sequence of passes and how our team for say capitalize it or utilize it. Those spaces are Liverpool for more. Problem ni say now Liverpool, a brand tells Virgil van Dijk, the kind of energy, the kind of kind of pressures are now come from the back line or basically about more than 2 passes. Every remove any more than more opponents, it's no more there. So whenever there's a team are attacking football, and pressure high intensity piano, and Liverpool for Omofambo at the back line. And one Malika Catch say they are now adjusting to the kind of system and that's not person here the Edo. So you ask yourself, what has been the results for Liverpool in their recent matches? Even Crystal Palace. You are talking about Liverpool no starting list to no last minute no show. It is a last minute now for the opponent so last minute the channel 97 minutes na didn't get the show more against Crystal Palace. And now William Estevao and so ba share one more with this particular build up now you can say Udin Vincent Vicente now they MI so it should tell you say for now backline when Ankasa there's a problem. If you are not having that experience from your goalkeeper Alison Ramsey-Becker saw them the man in terms of the kind of way I'm going to organize them. No me see I the defender and the other opponent or they will capitalize on that. I think that Chelsea they utilize that particular mishaps now or Liverpool and but let me also put this across. More be and I been say Chelsea anything. My own say Liverpool Chelsea winning and I want for Nyaji. Chelsea they are one of the side there. The summer year you transfer market more they call signing players and make market choice. Many of these signings were marquee ones. If you are having a brand said it's unfortunate. Say Liam Dila Pepra. That is the reason why I didn't see 10 now. Chelsea tries and Ali Barat. Emma Nicholas Jackson he deal now and then they move no Oracle Remo by Munich. In fact, it happens to be the most expensive loan move across Europe. 30 million pounds, 50 million euros. So a brand tells us call buyer maybe in Chelsea situation in terms of the attacking team that bad because as of now who are the ones scoring goals for Chelsea? Wingers and HA goals, defenders and HA goals. And this is Chelsea as of now. We are talking about a team all players power but minim say virus said more kind of in fact my family maybe I think the next time Chelsea go and look at their injury list as of now.
Very tall one.
A very tall one. Chelsea are on defenders. And go back to me. That's the reason why Chelsea have been conceding goals. I'm telling you, had it been such a Chelsea players in our centre backs, defenders, they were all available for them with a Levi Cobble. If you are having Josh a champion or a young champion, he could be used during the EFL Cups, FA Cups. You have a brand ever said Benoit Badiashile.
So actually, these are the players of my prime. Mate Marcus said, first team players.
Yes,
Adarabioyo.
Tosin Adarabioyo is injured.
Chaloba. I put a red card no nya, so he was not
suspended. Yes.
Liverpool, Liam Delap, Amu Abrante friend Isongua.
Dario Isugo.
Onone Babe Ma Caicedo opportunity so now Caicedo be resting there. Wesley Fofana so concussion. Mudryk also is suspended. Then the big man Kopama is also groin injury of Lami Yamani facing similar injury problem. And Abrante and Andre Santos. So these are the players.
Fantastic.
They are not
but
available.
Talking about the defenders, simply put, Trevor Chalobah, Benoit Badiashile, Josh Echampon, Levi Cole, and Tosin Adarabioyo on any day. Chelsea Boboku no say omo coach Enzo Maresca ST Apa with experience and the kind of former Abrante the Robert Sanchez Kunyaye and so Carbo Cup getting to the latter part of last season, we miss a better goal position.
Yeah.
On any day now, Malo goes to establishing say Rich James were there, but if you look at the kind of energy now Abrante because of pre-planning identity nowadays or prefer say sometimes or didn't be attached Caicedo, as a DM. Fantastic. The model goes to Bebo, Marco Correa, Unyadi Obiani be compete. But now Kabenya level cover and then on any day we expect it. Senka branch say Wesley Fofana and Uncle Beden on Bepel. Say Branty win ne prepare. No mukwa. The be a Chelsea chuono. Also Sane be like I was talking about Liverpool, you know. And one thing about Chelsea omo consider no, but Chelsea we are seeing as say ekese. Omo program me say open team back season in season out. Decades in decades out. Petit mon beti ma boa mo nya DM papa Chelsea.
Of course.
Who we called Makelele, this Michael Michael Essien Obaye Yeba Benya N'Golo Conte, and now you have that is a Caicedo, and Caicedo, forget about the Sika. I'm confident if you Brighton over beyond that 150 million pounds. That player was super baller when it comes to the progression. A player in terms of say all body defensive splitting passes, player about saying no more than on your recovery, the blocks, the interceptions is on point. How many times we say Caicedo did the cast? Into a leader, sometimes if you are unya say Enzo Jeremias Fernandez who won the ball captain Amba now, the kind of impact I will make okay. Look at the attackers. Your Pedro no am buy no. Guy no do when you more numbers. I mean 10 goals no share time now or Brighton. But clearly, what we saw, Mra PM or Chelsea, he need no time to adjust. Oba in a part, a father man. So had it not been sad now on the reckless cars, and then nowadays, if you look at Quiet Chelsea, but me, I did about Quemuni say, Willan Estevao, Pedro Netomo, I did supply him enough. Yo, Pedro. No. What we saw at the cab walker. It tells you that there is kind of combo beer, a brand say Kupama, and so Palmer Piano, and had about so affecting.
Okay.
So listen, in simply put, to Liverpool, the results are about it here against Chelsea, and mama. The problems are all Liverpool for now. No, it's about time I international breaky and a slot. He need to sit down and so what
should they do at this stage? Should they change their style because per what you are saying, it means that. If you are going to press teams, adding Mo Salah, Szoboszlai to press, because per what they did against Chelsea, it means that they are going to press. When you are going to press, what it means is that there was some players in here then they should come.
Yeah.
There was some closely strikers in the press. There was some midfielders in here then. Then the defenders in there then ebe close. So automatically. The moment you are doing high pressing, you are playing high line. And this is the time where Van Dijk only plays, and he's not a defender, he will step out. He's not a front foot tackler, so he will step up and sometimes come and take a header ball. The goalkeepers are not also showing say they are sweepers into the ball to much ya. Konate the same thing. Kekes when it is not actually working. What should they do?
For now, no. So already did it on a slot. With me, if develop the kind of formation now, bomb in terms of their back line, sir, a branch our cast and Melos Kekes or more offensive. We are not saying say as a wing, but you shouldn't be more offensive. They have to be more.
They should know the balance.
No, there should be awareness.
Awareness.
The right word here is awareness. If you are not aware of the kind of threat our opponent, it may be bad. So now when me and Castle okay, say about 4-2-3-1 formation. Unim Zamo bought one arrowhead. Here is the case at Liverpool. Omuji League now there was one man among the goal scoring engine. Our more assist and then goes Mohamed Ahmed Salah Gali. Because I said the expected goals, and they are ranking 29th in the league as of now. Meanwhile, from 2018, if Salah one year second now. Why in the West quiet?
Okay.
A child say a brand only side no defenders and can now be more offensive. Now they should be aware of the kind of any spaces are and then they are no say so open here and wow kind we say a brand of Van Dijk pace and can no crown. In terms of the recovery and now the kind of energy possession you so you expecting already Eddie and a slot, so then the technical team now they should talk to their boys the way I'm seeing more offensive whenever they are attacking they should be aware of the spaces I think that one will do after this particular international break the next game is now on Mbappe Bono after that loss to Crystal Palace after that loss to Galatasaray Sport Colombo after that loss to Chelsea now they need to sit back go back to the drawing board and expect say they will make amends in terms of their defensive back line and then maybe the best out of Salah. Salah and then I'm not Liverpool. But Salah is that boy, the king of Egyptian football. When he arrived on a national team, I'm for Budget Salah. So he expected maybe all corner year or by returning to Liverpool, or by finding the feet because Salah still Liverpool needs much from him. That is the reason why upon all the transfer hula balloon or corner and ye Amasono. Listen to my snap on Hurricane. One attacker and come
So Vincent, now it is clear that the signings are and slots here. They were basically or he's trying to build a team beyond Mo Salah.
Yeah.
He simply want to reduce the influence of Mo Salah
in the team.
in the team. That is why against Galatasaray, nobody can convince me that he benched him because of Chelsea game. No coach and a yes idea. No, you need your best players against the top teams because you are playing Galatasaray. You know, say away now. You need a resource. Just a backfire. That is why people were saying, so against Chelsea in India, and no, yeah, they are benching. No, also this season, how and also more transfer activities now. It was clearly said no. We were bringing a striker who is that guy to score because Liverpool all these years rely on
top scorer Mohamed Salah
and
from the wings.
Rely on false nine. Strikers are almost too obsessed with scoring goals.
Strikers are creating chances.
Exactly.
Yes.
But now, watch out, two quality strikers, Mama Kwakofaba. They almost had the number 10. Unlike Liverpool and Liverpool, all this while they just need their fullbacks to just go in and go and supply. Now they have a number 10 in there. Say now, Akwakwa say no. This is what we wanted to do. Enfano, what do you expect them to do?
Is it Listo? The last time Yababa started season, the team Soundberg Premier League. I made a certain comment about this Liverpool team, and a slot coming to Liverpool last season league no GN. Whether Liverpool fans wants to believe or not, and Slot he didn't even believe Soundberg League because Listo, this is a coach Albert team not Georgian club. Ashishe Bibia told that he didn't make a single signing. I think it was Keza. And look, yes. What I say. So he didn't make a single, but you see, Oba, ni philosophy, ni ideas, no. Any team now, no, because you see, I did Liverpool for year, they plans at least two. When they sacked Georgian club, it was club who announced and slots our Anfield. So their transition was so smooth. Whatever he was coming to do, they searched for a coach. The ideas of Georgian club, ever fitting there. The only difference from club then is a club team, they are more aggressive than Iron Slot in the end. And how they press, Gingin pressing that Germany there, Iron Slot team, they don't do that.
Transitional football.
Yes, and I'm transitional football. More of possessive that joint craft there. But you see, this season, a season that I feel no and slots no ever be shishing the team for next season. So maybe they say Liverpool listo if they have a DM like Moises Caicedo listo or best solve 70% of their defensive problems.
So the DM now money no.
Yes.
But look,
they need a shield.
Now it is clear that the role of Gravenberch has also changed this season.
Oh yeah, Gravenberch in the see.
He was playing deep line playmaker
this season, whether people like it or not. McAllister performance of the man Liverpool last season. Listo. Right now, or more 40%. You see, there be coaches or me attacking coaches. They mention say the best way to defend is attack. The kind of intensity and almost like the man Liverpool. And you don't even have to the more. So definitely, if you have Chelsea break through their 4-man press, into say 1 year aggressive, always. Now you beat you are. About Gravenberch, any friend is McAllister, who are not players are unmeasured. Or moment they can jab last season. McAllister and make a lot of interceptions, so make a lot of tackles. But you see, he wasn't providing shield. Maybe a man 5 years so Liverpool won the league, but they were still conceding goals. Check the number of clean sheets at Liverpool. So defensively, listen, whether we like it or not, Liverpool team, they gave Van Dijk 1 year extension plus additional. Same as Obiti say Salah. Salah, clear that he might not continue for Liverpool next season. Yeah. So, they are building a team after the life of Van Dijk. And it's Leone. Sorry, Salah and Van Dijk. That Italian guy, used to. Whether we like it or not, only a long-term replacement for Virgil van Dijk. But it's quite unfortunate that young lad, a prayer about Messi almost the rest of the season. So to me, Liverpool team, Yahoo City always be Pep Guardiola when he won the league. Or the different thing, but because he knows a man for being money. A man for being how to because we are champion now by league now. Obi Babeshewa, Charlie, I'm going to play against the champion. Yeah. So even if Obomo Dinkrana, there's an extra motivation whenever they are playing against Liverpool, and it was evident that this is Liverpool goal scoring. You know, it's not going to be Salah nkwa. Ebibe ko eyiho, ebibe ko Gakpo, ebibe ko Ekitike ho. And this season they were winning games at the dying best of the game.
Yeah.
So it tells you say, Udi Liverpool bar, but last minute no because or that firepower no. But if you are able to stop them,
okay,
that is the end for them. To me, January transfer window listo. Now they don't have any defender. Uyi Van Dijk in Konate everywhere. Endo, any Joe Gomez who is not reliable. Any Gravenberch against Chelsea. Gravenberch was the diameter of the Gravenberch in the center back.
Yeah.
That ball now up Enzo Passima Kukurela. Believe me or not, if a right center back and come Kukurela in that space,
yeah.
But it was Gravenberch.
okay.
So to me, Liverpool, whether they like it or not, that is one of the defensive aspects of here. They need a DM who will shield the defenders, and also they need more backups because
I certainly agree.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So wait. Sana me call Vincent Ono, Benedict Ono. Now what does these 2 wins, Benfica, clean sheet, then Liverpool, Chelsea? What does this win also
mean for Chelsea?
Mean for Chelsea team going forward? Yeah.
Whether Enzo Maresca and the boys in the power mumpe, the kind of pressure now almost last season, people were even saying that Chelsea will win the league, but the coach says that we are not ready, and the supporters were not even bothered. So this is a Chelsea, Ube coach Chelsea. You're the first. All the media, the pundits, people who love the Premier League are saying it's a Chelsea Virgin League, but the coach and the players are saying that we are not ready. But there was only one trophy that every Chelsea fan, every Chelsea manager and I'm paying for him say one trophy I won GR so the Conference League, and definitely they won that. The Club World Cup, it wasn't a trophy I need him say. So for winning that Club World Cup and that yellow badge gives you different pressure. So yaba season yaje Conference League, yashe PSG who were the Champions League winners. So people are expecting a lot of you this season. But this season, what Medicanca say injury said yenya. And Enzo Maresca is Medicanca say he's a coach that I admire so much. But he's honestly or inexperienced or a young coach. In Russia, that red card OD against United no. It showcases how inexperienced he is. But on what Babeka say against another team is also the red card. Right. One preparing against Brighton. Or yeah, another but one preparing. But now one who said against Liverpool. If how Liverpool for the pressure see Chelsea now and can offer 2 wingers in them, but he brought 2 explosive wingers because he knew we can win the game at Anfield. This is a team that we scored 3-1 at Stamford Bridge. Okay. So to me, there's a learning process, and whatever will happen to these young lads, a learning curve for them. Okay. To me, the expectation is said now, Oma gather momentum in the back after that 2 abysmal performances. More spirit about that.
So especially these 2 weeks, yes. Chelsea will get Fofana back.
Oh yes,
Chelsea will get Badiashile because Willie Caballero said. A champion.
Most of them will return after the Copa was return, but they won't rush him. That is the thing.
No, but let's be okay.
Oh yeah, no, no, no. Say Obe returning after
international break. Kopama will return.
Yeah.
Fofana will return. Chaluba will return.
Yeah.
But the Tosin will also return. And yes, almost yes.
Apart from Liam Delap.
Yeah.
Liam Delap. Darius.
Yeah, Darius Sugo member no.
Okay, so Chelsea will get 5 players back, and even up front, I don't have any problem there.
Yeah.
Back way no and just 1 minute.
Chelsea
and a few minutes.
Chelsea game now over body tier Nottingham Forest. No.
Yeah.
It will tell us whether they are, because right now say after 7 matches, Chelsea toss 7.
Yeah.
To be expected. Say after these injuries, after the bad results I win against Manchester United, it's me calling Lincoln for EFL Cup. Now be lose to Brighton. A brand now saying no fear. Listen well. Chelsea team, me say, omukite team. Okay. But sometimes coach, the substitution they are questionable.
Yeah.
Coach, players be out to me. I was say, can I consult you? Todd Boyle, money, that buy the money man be a the man be. Vicente Akacha say,
but they didn't give him a left back.
Oh,
a left footed centre back.
No,
That
no,
doesn't-
no,
that
no.
doesn't mean
And
he
only
wanted-
wanted here because you have
But
you
they
have
actually-
7 to 8 available centre backs.
So they
And
wanted
then can
to-
get injuries in the TC
And
man.
that is- and then I'm
Because the
making-
team would have been
do
good.
what W Chelsea na nkasa me say or materials ni na.
Okay.
To have the Badiashile, the Kovo in terms of backup. Who was had there?
Yeah.
Okay. So we need to go there. By my patch say, Nottingham Forest game now. Oba will travel away no. And the Birmingham wins and we're ready. So
Yeah.
be more competitive now.
Okay.
Because Chelsea there. So what the club World Cup now? Fans are expecting you say you'll be competing Arsenal, Liverpool, and that of Manchester City for the Premier League title.
yeah.
Ever since 2017, Antonio Conte. If I stand to be corrected, OG League, you know, with Chelsea. Uja for Sheshimai, Mauricio Sarri, and so by Europa League, you know. Ama Thomas Tuchel, so by Champions League, you know.
yeah.
Premier League, Nankasani, a trophy bakwa. Chelsea fans, so many then. FA Cup, so see one trophy. Tembia Chelsea won to trade on with him Korean semi final. Now I did no film. So I think that Nottingham Forest game will mean a lot to Chelsea fans.
Okay.
Like Vicente can mean me a Chelsea ni. I'm expecting much better performance from Chelsea team. And look, you're not a Kasedu. Name my equal to qualify for World Cup, no.
So
TSO
he's
unrested.
staying, yeah.
So and
So,
then I
okay,
could
I know,
be about Chelsea.
It is clear that Chelsea creating chances and scoring goals this season.
And your
And your
And your
problem.
problem.
Now the defense, you know, and the defense now has also been the inconsistencies. Now it is clear that by 2 weeks' time, almost everybody will be available. Bar Kowa,
Leverkusen.
who should be ahead of the two centre back, because the left right backs two nina as show say at any given point in time they are decent. You don't have any problem. And Cucurella ever reliable. Now the two central defenders, no, Fofana and Badiashile, or Tosin or Fofana.
Yes.
Who should be the combination? I'm starting feels in the Nkona. This is do so enough. You rabasa the no.
Yeah, definitely. If Levi ain't fit there, I would prefer say Bebo Badiashile because
Badiashile and who?
yes, Badiashile and Fofana. Definitely, these are
So
the best
Tosin
friends.
and Chaloba will be on the
Yeah,
bench.
on,
Okay,
they'll
fine.
be a perfect
Okay.
backup.
I prefer Trevor Chalobah, Wesley Fofana. Trevor Chalobah, Wesley Fofana.
Okay.
The other guys can be backup
Okay.
to them. But Chelsea, discipline record, no. So red card, including the
I
coach,
think
no.
that will be the end.
I will say
It will be the end.
I'll be
It will be
careful.
the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me, it will depend on the game, but I think that Badley say when it comes to that line breaking passes, he gives to you from the left side. And then the right side, unya one profile. So Badley mouse that line breaking, and meaning say unya will be aggressive.
Say-
Unya will be a ultimate movie ball, no, because
ball
Badley
carrier.
needs a ability to run with the ball, but bet me a breaking line. So I think so. Chelsea side now, you have Fafana coming in who can do that perfectly well. And also Tosin sometimes obey me the ball now.
No, Tosin also-
not on that level of taking.
Tosin
it up
also
front,
break
no.
lines.
Yes,
Now
it's,
I'm
you know-
to me carrying a champion show.
But only say when it comes to
I think Omo Mutimi breaking here all the right footed Uyi Tosin
Tosin, you are
all
all
the
the
right
best
footed
guys.
centre backs Umina here.
Omo to me the
Trevor
carry,
Chalobah,
Omo to me the carry.
Fofana, yes.
So now you have Badley doing the line breaking. You have with Fafana coming in doing the carrying and also
The-
giving
bringing
you
the
that
aggression.
aggression in the team. So I think say Badley and Fafana going forward will be the center.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
listen,
sure, Basa.
whether we like it or not, Fofana on board 2 games and 2 also because of
That
is the
depends because you see.
Oh,
he
no,
could have-
they'll manage it.
No, see, he
But
could have.
see, I know,
He could have
injury
played-
never bet.
you know,
There are people playing. It is a one show who here now. You
So
fall-
they'll
you
manage
fall
it.
below
Yeah,
the level.
He could have played all these games, and yet
Sack-
Ujafo
concussion on your- yeah.
So now the injury that he got had nothing to do with
Do it. Maybe
ne
personal
other
injury, yeah.
injury. So let's see. Say with the time I watch me at then the 2 weeks, you know, okay.
recover, yeah.
Because getting him to play so about twice 2 triple. Now so be better twice better than say not getting him at all. What is now Basa there, no? People are saying say be a high line man and drop a high line.
Ono nso so on you.
So then it means he's going to throw the leg away. Or what should Basa do at this stage? What went wrong?
Basa team now. What they are missing? Me can Friday. And what they are missing is that Indigo Martinez present in the team. Leadership. Why ne be arrange high line ye? Indigo Martinez only speed, but ebani leadership. He make sure say Obia were in place. Their game against Rayo. Me be can say Rayo are exposing Barca to the world. I'm obi who says, "Say, person only Barca boy. My player ba kunjina offside no. The time Mombe recover no, ebe omodin, and we've seen it against some of the team. Paris Saint-Germain, you do the same thing. Sevilla, you do the same thing, and it shows say now no, he needs to get somebody in. And anyam once a Barca game almost started against Sevilla on Sunday, or ball Araujo. Because no, that leadership in Araujo. But in him say Araujo after that ACL injury and form nitiko, and he hasn't been the Araujo in Nimno from past seasons. In the second half, Oyini Frimu and on Sunday Eric Garcia Sambai. It shows say Adiana no pay for Araujo on Wenya. So now he's bringing in Eric Garcia. He will be able to match the pace of Sevilla for no to come in. But still, it didn't solve the problem. And I think say Adebako say Hansi Flick and when say this is a Barcelona setup. Attacking wise, they are one of the best in the world. Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, Rafinha, Rashford, Ombema goals, Ombema everything you need. About Finfinwa, Upe players they are more gifted and technically gooder. As Pedri and Frankie De Jong. But one thing is say Omushia every team or any team needs to be technically gifted. But team new of physicality can cross on Pedem Barcelona lose the midfield battle. And Untina Osha against Paris Saint-Germain, it was difficult to be able to follow Vitinha because he's also good. Obechumaba. Osha go at Paris Saint-Germain share Vitinha Kotri Kubasi, Ebo half, and some no distribute ball. No. And it shows that you need that physicality in your team. Into here Chelsea fans every time you can oh Yepebasa. And yes say be bibi, but they know say when it comes to the middle or Enzo Fernandez or Lavia or Caicedo Ebani say yenko boot to boot. So Chelsea would outsmart them anytime in the middle. But Adebako Hansi Flick said now they are missing that defensive leadership. Which Barcelona backline I think on paper, make me say Kunde in America so experience kaka or Barcelona backline. But how can Kunde organize that backline? I know your question mark. So Hansi Flick will Jumaye. It's either he drops the high line, now for the they go into games, they do maybe they'll go with mid block against some of the teams. Teams are who say they can dominate you with that middle when I'm explaining.
Of course, you don't expect Barcelona to meet any side and say you call a mid block or low block. No. They want to dictate the pace.
But this is
and if they want to dictate the pace, they move men forward. They want to have a lot of players in your half. I think that they will have to go to the transfer market and solve that issue.
It's an issue near Sikansu Niho. In Kasika, I think Indigo Martinez going, Barcelona would have brought in some centre backs. Obiti said Tottenham for centre back.
Van der Ven. He perfectly suits.
Our pace.
Almost
a high line. And
I don't know why Liverpool is not also going for that defender.
That is also 100% better on Liverpool. Liverpool, on paper, their transfers are good on paper, but it didn't solve their problems from last season. Liverpool team no this season goes be on my conceding. Barcelona goes be on my conceding. It's either through maybe their high line, their wing backs overlapping. Not teams need to take advantage of it. And you think make us say now it's better to go with the mid block or maybe January they can recruit another centre back because maybe the teams on best city back your high line can surely work in some games. But Ushia team or no Babejina Finfinwa dominating Finfinwa, it will be very difficult for them to now take advantage of it. And now the teams have noticed we can break high lines by using our weight and making sure now we send it into our striker, no original offside. You need to now recover and match up with him. And now one thing I Hansi Flick who says striker no original offside no. We defend that recover some kilometers he's already there. Intino o recover no. Now let's go on the marathon, the next race, the next meters away you wouldn't be able to match him. So Barcelona may concede from this high line against some of the big teams. And one thing that maybe raise a lot of concern that Barcelona fans and the rest will be on Hansi Flick is a game against Real Madrid. So Xabi Alonso Betimia exhibited this same style. Then it would be a basketball scoreline. And now the Barcelona fans will be on Hansi Flick. But I think that as of now, he needs to work on the high line. Either play a mid block against some of the teams and now get possession of the ball more because you have midfielders on beating control ball. Then use the likes of Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, your friend saying Rashford to now break the press of some
is it not facts Lamine Yamal because Sevilla has been very poor in the last 2-3 seasons.
Yes.
So for them to go out there and batter Barca like that, is it not about the personnel?
And
at least against PSG, of course. If you look at the players at PSG, so they best show more. PSG didn't come with the Arsenal. They didn't come at all. Even their captain was missing. Barcelona struggled against them. If not Lamine Yamal, all the big guys were there. Then Sevilla so at the Ababe way. Is it not about the players, the personnel, no? And you know money hunty, and Sevilla for your advantage, you know. Than say a crisis being either.
I think personnel play part, but sometimes even I say we who are players, no, not they determine games for you. Sometimes it is to your advantage, it is your disadvantage, because you see I say Obi Beshaba Sanu say Lamine Yamal the weapon. Obama say strategy to now stop him. How would the team now progress from the game? About be a big problem. So sometimes you see them in games. Paris Saint-Germain the nice example saying so Lamine Yamal or Bokrana still teams can now explore their team. And sometimes Obi Subeka so Rafinha and so him so pressure any better Lamine Yamal so it goes sideways. But this is a game against Sevilla. He him said they have been on bad form. On any day, if you don't have your key players in it, at least Sevilla shouldn't be Barcelona by 4-1.
Okay.
It should be maybe a 2-1.
And they were not ready to salvage it. They were not ready to stop what they were doing.
Yes. It should be a shorter scoreline, maybe a 2-1. Maybe Sevilla Babina last minute penalty be no the share. Yes, it makes sense to a whole lot of people. But
when Musa, even the first half, they could have scored
more goals.
First half,
Abu created a lot of chances in the first half. Who shows said now there is a problem in the middle. There is a problem with the high line. And I think say one player Barcelona Messi also in their setup. A player friend Mark Casado, because Casado mom that aggressiveness on the off the ball. Ochesi obia making sure say and one is say Ocha Gavin so mad that particular thing no here aggressiveness, but yet him say Pedro, you know, he would control the game for you. Frankie De Jong will control the game, but now off the ball, no, how can they also help the team in defending? And not about a problem.
Okay, all right.
So I think that the Ben cannot okay, but look. Problem ni nyina ba be si personnel na wo kan.
Okay.
That is the problem. Enya highline na bibia o.
Personnel so.
Highline nya
there be personnel so you see. Personnel na wana.
The personnel na ese e ba mu say.
Omo key guy na ye Lamine Yamal. When
I'm not talking about
defensive personnel.
Defensive personnel.
Okay, defensive personnel na
all
right.
Asem ni nyina na say. Hansi Flick highline ni nya boni bia. Unja highline na ho to no. Say all team now, a young man like Pau Kubasi, or your center half, our experienced player like Inigo Martinez, our kind of last season we had man. Ronald Araujo can never be trusted. So, no, the leadership skills about what Bassa were chiro and my team like Sevilla. Said the number can on you can say as a positive result this particular season. 50 last season, we're in Sevilla, they've been on and off, and to over Barcelona, or they be a good say. Mugamu with ya say Barcelona no defending champions say call na say kwe yetimi kwhye omo a ya de begina no so ya ka say afedi esu season no ya me ba be fa de amaye enti say we team like FC Barcelona na say see e say we defenders are better trust omo as center halves aside the Koundé and then Gerard Martin in the absence of Balde Alejandro Balde said and we say we making return but also so mean say we managing kakra the Gerard Martin any just go the ball full backs now Baba Super Kubasi any Ronald Araujo also knew how the one either Eric Garcia and also Andre Christensen. It tells you say Barcelona that is a problem for them. Okay. Most especially the goalkeeper we recruit you from Espanyol. One Garcia so Praye. Now once again Eja Boame Sheshini. And I say Edemuno. It should tell you say FC Barcelona their defensive backline is another what suspect. And then I'm so man in Bobo Kwamdi Ede Sevilla a team capitalize on that. Omo punish omo. To me, omo say boy Omo obi abeka so a shield for them. Ben Akacho, Abrante Didi Frankie De Jong is more of a like a ball controller. Yeah. He's more of a conductor. And the same way with Pedrito Gonzalez Lopez. Look, when it comes to Pedri, the numbers he gives to you as a ball progressor will be a band saying like I've been saying, line breaking passes, defensive splitting passes. And you know, this season we've seen the kind of numbers where they are putting up for FC Barcelona. Whether in the Champions League, whether in the league, he's been doing it for you. But you ask yourself, say, in the no, and Mona Lamy, a man as right, man, anywhere. Now, what they are branded, did Marcus Tatuation Radford. And now, why, say, Rafinha, Memphis and Rafinha, on moment, and come back the right side of attack. Now, Rashford more apply the trade or the left side of attack. Okay. And can enough Ferran Torres never ball because on any day like we saw during the Champions League game against Paris Saint-Germain, or the Ferran Torres started here, and or the you can say Lewandowski later. This is Lewandowski against PSG now so bad record. Whether so for money for more, but we played 8 games so far. Lewandowski has been able to give you 4 goals, no assist. It tells you the performance and not last in other man at drop your perform. And Rashford is trying to do his best. 1 man 3 goals, 1 assist. And here's the case: Ferran Torres are giving you 1 goal, and like 1 assist, then 4 goals. So it tells you it's a Barcelona and Casano. Now game now. I told you, I'm not game. I told you between Sevilla. Honestly speaking, Sevilla for came with a high mentality. Say you may use that particular defensive blunders on because most especially having Obi say they know Ronald Arawa. You know say a brand energy. He's not pacey when he comes to say then more than attacking without particular organization at the back line. On to me for man. I think they know the cost of Boboa. You say Barcelona, and like you were saying, now saying Casabia for in the first half alone, you now commercial 4 goals. And so do you and your media did himself game no 4 goals to 1. It tells you say against Hirona or Mobile international break bay. Oren didn't hand it a flick or somebody pop. He should also go back, like we are saying to Anna Slot. He should go back to the drawing board, then unprepared. And yes, sir, with this particular defenders now, maybe aged, some are injury prone, and now you're more there, or more that consistency, almost stamina in you. A better to Paul Bessie is a solid defender, but in terms of the experience, Yerbeman, Nico Martinez score, Sabi Barcelona furniture say, Dupont the 2-year normally brofre, idea.
Okay. Yes, Blasters team no omo Apiche camp ewo Morocco Nibra papa was say omotumi epeke the maximum point. Looking at the performance of our players in Europe and what I'm telling you the performance at Thomas Partey the Villarreal.
Yeah.
If Villarreal had a serious strikers within 10 minutes now was come Real Madrid. True pass, and he basically destroyed the midfield of Real Madrid. But the attackers were not ready to score the goals. It appears our players are seriously on form. Seriously on form. What should be the conversation around the team against Bubuku friend Central African Republic and now my friend Central African Republic?
Listo, I think I'm very happy about some of the attitude of some of the players. Most of them are very early. And if you look at your game against Central African Republic, they have this striker, Mafuta. And he's a player that anytime you share Black Stars, you share Black Stars. The last time you can ask him, you see, they are very good attackers. But if you look at this Black Stars squad, Listo, the game against Central African Republic, indirectly, neutral grounds. But you see, these Black Stars, I've been following them for a while, and you see, neutral grounds when I have Mutagbeshi. We saw what happened against Chad, any Sudan, Morocco. To be very honest, if we win this game, now Madagascar, any Comoros, they are the 2 teams at least to Omodiyechi.
Yeah.
If these 2 teams ball, all we need, we should score Central African Republic and Madagascar. Any Comoros game, no. Madagascar should win that game. If we win against Central African Republic and Madagascar doesn't score Comoros, you give them a ball across Sports Stadium against Comoros will be a celebration match for our qualification to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Listo, if you look at the personnel now, you see, I'm very happy. Say, our attackers. Obia have a very good weekend.
So this is the table for people to know. Ghana, BMO 19 points. Shannon so say in an event say your tie pointer, a goal difference, second goal scored, and third head to head. So Ghana share 17 goals. I consider 6. So which is what plus 11.
Yeah.
Then Madagascar and also second. Madagascar has 14, and we consider 7, which is plus what 7. And Comoros enso ahye 11 no wa concede 10 in 8 matches ɛwɔ hɔnom so ohwɛ a goal difference no so no Ghana wɔ appreciable goals difference no wɔ ɛna goals scored no so Ghana hyɛ 17 ɛna Madagascar hyɛ 14 3 goals there easy to come back ɛwɔ hɔnom so if say first one will not help it was a second one which is goal scored so we need to bank in the goals so this is what you need for your
yes so as I was saying it's going to be an interesting game. In fact your game against Central African Republic Listo, if you look at Sa game now, Central African Republic I think you shared a 3-0 or a 4-0 in the first half. Yeah in the game no you're winning by a 4-3. So the team Babayara omo share goals. To be very honest, if you look at Central African Republic Listo, omo last 6 games omo nya winning game. So there's no excuse for Otuado. Emedi Kaka, it is over for Otuado. It is over for Otuado to take over these guys. Antoine Semenyo, currently if you want players who are capable of scoring goals and providing goals for the teams, especially in the Premier League, he's number 2 in the Premier League. In the World Cup qualifiers in Africa, Ope one of the players more a lot of goals. Hey, Jordan Ayew, what she says goals. He's up there with Mohamed Salah. Now, Ope Mohamed Kudus, as far as the Black Stars is concerned, now Obi Elimson had the star ball.
Is everybody in at the same time?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And you see, Ucheki Kuduza, Onyenya a fantastic time, especially in the last 6 games for the Black Stars. But then again, Evolve Mohamed Kudus, Central African Republic players, will camp on him. And you see, Otuado should just do the need for money. Central African Republic game, and my name fan say a soft game.
Morocco. Felix.
Yeah.
Ofe Boigny Stadium, Abidjan.
Madagascar.
No, Comoros.
Madagascar. Omobo Abidjan. Yes. And I
neutral grounds.
Yes, neutral grounds.
Wow.
So Listo, we should take this advantage. We play them at Babayara Sports Stadium without hostile spectators. Let's take this advantage. Because them, you see, maybe don't say game no you be pony there. I know say, I mean we are close, but this team, Nimon who this Black Stars for the past 4 years. Listen, when you are getting close now, unim say this is a done deal. No, that is when these players will let you down. I'm praying that thing will not happen against Central African Republic. Qatar 2022 World Cup, Uruguay just go for a point. You go to the round of 16. This boy almost let us down. In this just ended AFCON, Mozambique, keeping boys of the group. What's your 2 goals?
No, even 2021. Comoros. We need
AFCON.
We need just a
draw
to qualify with 2 points. We needed only 2 points to qualify.
Look at what we did against Niger. Ukwako Niger or neutral ground. Just uhiya just a win.
Yeah.
What's it last minute? So to me, I personally winning game no. And Central African Republic last 6 games on winning game, especially in the qualifiers. Only form bia. We have to score. But me with these boys, what they've been doing in recent years, Otuado should just do something. Our umpire be also me operation fund. They should start doing everything possible right for us to win this game.
Okay.
To be very honest, we have the guns to dismantle this Central African game. Team no. You better man-to-man marking. The money our coach is taking. Would compare BBR? We are ahead of this Central Republic.
Okay.
Otuado doesn't have any excuse, and
all
even the players.
Listen well.
Yeah.
Asem na yeke. Virus tu ya. Nani abira oye adwuma yi. Onya USCC is a flight abana ye nkwa. Oko. And CCA, I never quite about one crime easy and say Ghana qualify to only passport no da dada. The here say they are qualify no as one of the team of France and Wama Ghana. Yes, so in terms of support on Benyano. Oh, hono Canada America na base station you virus oko Nigeria on so akwa echele. We here win and a draw. Otuado no. Me maka many times wo me fie asempa ne adom team na no kra do pra me kan. Listen we. Your coach, but you need tactician. Ghana, your coach, but you need tactician. e ka se coach ya mo wani abra mo kan na Hansi Flick highlight Enzo Maresca na Ruben Amorim no yo coach ya ono wo krata but say baso on hihye emo we ya onye sa coach ni bi o
okay
but clearly like Vicente Castro no he can disappoint Ghanaians after so what fairly so ba ko pie mu AFCON no yan kan no kwanche oto utie ya ye catch live MYBET.AFRICA Sports Arena ye catch say me say we wo dwumadie ba ko pene so di magana wo kura wa say lucky Kudus ejini din for the first time okoy after assist be 4 no he say wa she goal when ya nipa semenyo ono say eyi a ebo nya wa she wan go pay but obo goes the man AFC Bournemouth and now Ghana is lucky to have these two players some more players of the I can say a month nomination no mu Premier League no mu Jordan ayu mo there yes because say on the captain anyway no we need him but with the players at Ghana we say the Benjamin Asaya House of Folk just started they are yet to concede am I lying House of Folk are yet to concede womunya lusu bi eti clean sheet ni the Benjamin Asaya keep ya wo be dem uba be wie eba be nya Alidu Seydou wase aba back from Stade Rennais which I say wase aba be nya Gideon Mensah oba be bo Mohamed Salisu is here and then Alexander Jiku is also here so eba the center backs then defenders now okokopie mu onfinfini wa either obebo Thomas Tepete and Kwasi Sibo and Kudus Mohamed or it will be Thomas Bate and then Elisha Owusu and Mohamed Kudus said you obesi abo is up to you attackers no in the absence of Inaki Williams because of injury no onya no you've brought in this Brandon Asante also bought 2 goals for Coventry championship inimu so Brandon Kamadi Sulemana who is in fine form for Atalanta Abdel Fattah is Kusua because of non Coventry so he say you are back Jordan you Usaba Benyamin Antoine Semenyo Christopher Babo Zumunimi Joseph Pensil so beba Morocco nyina ba beboa but me say there Vicente catch on that simple we win and a draw she Central African Republic na ba be she Mali or the saying Comoros oh fear Accra Sports Stadium listen well Ghana we cannot afford to say be miss World Cup no after say coach we only the first coach who go animu ase say baba Erasmus Stadium since the year 2006 of February your man guys Nigeria for e ba be share ho na nkobi anya share oto adu yi na ma be share yen what say the first coach at Ghana ye bo AFCON qualifiers ye na ewe we e table no ye na ewe poto the first coach who in 20 years ni wo me afeli say be ko AFCON na he say World Cup no so at that top 119 points no there normal odi tutu dwai say you su goal difference you su goals for but we na Ghana favor they be na otwen what na baba Erasmus Stadium after that it was his first major game official game because he played against Uganda and played against Nigeria mra obe take over Black Stars aduma no so olusu ba ko no den odro ba ko and na oba be win here after say no Mali awo mu krom Bamako ko win here and na oba be share sa 4-3 way but a mere okobo neutral ground you were expecting Ghana say kwa win because the players in their in fine form so nim na ya hye omo na ekolusu opani ebi e be ko World Cup na de either say benya second slot but Ghana automatically we need to qualify ya qualifier oto adu nyobi na be catch us say 6 billion o Ghana cedis na bosumi bia oje no e say o jade to na fo gudi wani nguase ekọ me say Ghana ni bia anye do oto adu so wanya materials no God being so good Ghanaians we have the players how meet me akọ aduma ndi amayen say Ghana akọ World Cup here opani o nya coach team bia ayi fa body be to me chok what you say me kromu nkransa ayi unyan coach team ya ada ana GFF yi atam aduma di ama wo uba e ba ko sa de unsa be fefo team one na wa resign ye mre call World Cup and we be ball qualifiers no against Nigeria one win bi say be draw na ball draw just a goal different and do call ye but one call ye aduma so chen won uja de to ho but mna ye say pe coaches ama na e benya over 500 applicants still yes one apply una e de ma wo uba ye wa ba be yes ama Ghana nko AFCON no bi and na ne ye ba be call World Cup ti World Cup we no oto ado one man ya nko a enye nka ba so be hye okroma because wo no elim say wo krata so you coach there but you are not a tactician
all right
yes I think say one thing I say who say these 2 games ye here 4 points in pool ye here 6 points I didn't make us and say Comoros in our first game or sharing so ye here a big revenge against a country say Comoros ha Accra ha Ghana ha any say no this is the same country our boss with 2021 or high and AFCON, and they got the chance to defeat us again. Into enya kwan, ese ekoshe Central African Republic with a poor form of war, then Comoros, ewo hanu, ese kwan bia so ye shom. Ye de pepa ye nini wo. Ehun say AFCON omo shen qualifies first round omo shen second round and one be shen. I think say players ni afre ni dey. Say ni Vincent Ekano. Players ya afre no, ye wo quality no. Uhwe Isawaku or Bogos or Leicester. Uhwe Semenyo Bogos. We Mohamed Kudus ye ni dey players ni na even Brendan Asante afre ni na nsen yampo no. Onu so ehye go. So quality ni dey wo. But we need our coach to be serious and make sure say game plan no ebeko and making sure the game be a bebono ye winnie. We shouldn't make it say, oh, with a draw would say near qualified there. But these are 2 games that we should win comfortably and get to the World Cup. And yes, idea. If to me, if we see a draw in any of these games, Otoado is a PB in the far. Because you can't go into a World Cup with a coach or be fumble against Comoros or be fumble against Central African Republic. Then when you meet the likes of Spain and Argentina and so on, and you're better there. Yes, okay. I think say also team to nyama ye make sure say these 2 games will be winning. I pick the 6 points. Amagana for nya GDO ni mu say okay. Wetimia to nyama ye World Cup no betimi di enim akwama akoye bibi papa o.
All right.
Na me ade bakwa ma me the only positive energy I mean especially in these crucial 2 games in the set. Otuado is the man who led us to the 2022 World Cup. Oshe Nigeria at that crucial stage. So that is the only.
Oshe Nigeria.
Oh, say you both draw. No, we are qualified.
You
qualified. You both goal. No, but who was the coach? No, Odia qualified. So the only thing more in say Odia qualified for World Cup. So now Odia qualified.
Also the attitude of some of the games. Any the kind of teams are. Of Fambola, the same type of teams near Babi. So important say veteran audiences to say the concentration level and what the seriousness was so omode game we know. It was say was through at every point in time. Senebeya we know say we will score. We don't necessarily have to beat them 3, 4, 5, 6.
We just need
at least one goal and shut every door and ensure say at the end of 90 minutes exactly. And I feel say sometimes a team need to win by 1-0. It will let you know say the team no concentration level was strong as a sometimes when you win 5-6 4 5 6 3 a bit more but say players no concentration level no but because of the goal margin now but the moment a team start winning 1-0 Premier League teams when winning 1-0 I say oh it's a mark of a winning side that sometimes you need to grind results. So let's grind this particular results
but say 1-0
and ensure that because I know sir, there is no way
great chances and score.
I don't see how Madagascar will beat Comoros. I don't see how. So possibilities that's again with my ended draw or even Comoros winning that game. Ya qualify simple let's do the job by beating the Central African Republic. What team no anchor and I baby girl fine baby girl visit what happened and we are baby zana a council do the buy na I said top we are familiar with the top nation very familiar with the top we are familiar with this particular top yeah we bizarre no kwanso na we get me akoye abrante ya fan ko the virus and share a show no ma ye de bro and executive producer baby girl na ma but the boss na nkasa DJ Koku Slim and share producer show no ma ye de bro nyame adom a ochena ye be saba and he for us be amro because teams na won mintumi kura modi minimum because yeah show here so nti enko chatting come obi wo Cambodia na yakwa select no boss on be DM it would be bank run no ne aviator try bibi o
onye sa o
aha e wo man
say eduru ba bi so aso so ya home
yeah
un certification na ye kono ye de oso no bebrewa na ye de hia a ye nim say o didi am peche but say Cambodia this in case and nervous mo na kwa ko di ye den home nyame ya aduna say ne international break no ko wie I mean MyBet.Africa the platform na da o se bonus susu bebre ya ma for eden esisa en worry St Kitts and Nevis ni Cambodia ayi St Lucia en ha ho kra
kofa we
en ha ho
omo no mo bobo no wa we o
we aviator ne
Spain pe goals no omo bo haban so twa aviator ne bi
Spain ne omo twa Spain ne aviator no money man o twa aviator bruta
casino no omo rewre mu
nti omo ra casino
listo ansa ne ebe ko ne ye pese ma hwefo ne hu se MyBet.Africa se Ghana game ebe bo against Comoros no ompese omo ma ya hwefo obi otie obi otwa bet on MyBet.Africa ompese omo ma ticket na won so timi di ko hwesa abo ni
oh okay
yes into won say last day there Ghana there ehun ne ni je beba won say Ghana wi ya so lokuni nam so yes so lokuni nemu into ade ede ni say wonya free ticket e de kwa ko hwesho na ade MyBet.Africa for say yenya ni say enei on platform wa twa bet 50 cedis keke
ucha bet
50 cedis ucha no we ara for num na won so di amba be kan omo mbenya ticket no na won so wetimi ba tip bi am be ma on say bet na nyi say bia utwa ba ko pe no wi akoda twegum na unso chances of winning na ebebre nti upe ticket akwa ha Ghana ni Comoros ni team ni na be kodi a unso twa bet on MyBet.Africa na unso nya chance nya ticket ebi ko ebe ma oni baby girl ba ako send am betimi akwa jimu
it's on the 10th of this month and Central African Republic game now 4 p.m. and again be so at the same time no na moko Abidjan and so Hofebuayen stadium na Comoros so ne Madagascar den bo na Chad so ene Mali they are simply out e wo no mintino nyame admo chena ye besa ehia yakram